Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, or good morning, and boys and girls also, you're welcome. And welcome to the Bill Crane Report with my friend Dwayne Weiss. And we're going to talk about the problems of the day and
ills of the world.
Ills of the world,
right.
And what we can do or not do about it. But
See, we could fix these if they'd listen to us, but they
I guess
don't listen
wait
to
till you
us.
hear some fixes I got.
Okay,
in here.
good.
But first of all, I went to the Longhorn restaurant up in Franklin, the wife and I.
Yep.
My brother and his wife, my brother-in-law and his wife, and we had a wonderful meal. But the thing was, we had a dynamite waitress,
Oh, good.
Maggie. So here's a shout out to you, Maggie. Thank you very much for taking wonderful care for all of us. And any of you folks that are going to go up to Longhorn, ask for Maggie. She's entertainment and efficiency
Oh,
both.
good. That's nice when
Yeah.
you get somebody like that.
Absolutely.
We've used a Longhorn over at by Home Depot in Mansfield there.
Totally different cooking
Yeah, oh, yeah.
between the two places.
Yep.
Place up in Franklin is much better.
Is it better?
Much better.
Okay, we'll try that one.
Yeah. Okay. So, got a bunch of things here to talk about. So we just, in no particular order, here we go.
Okay, let's.
To me, a bigger danger than global warming, which, by the way, there was a very good article in the Wall Street Journal a couple of Saturdays ago
Okay, I probably read it.
about global warming. And what the fellow pointed out is when the alarmists do their preaching, everything is always based on the worst case.
Oh, yeah. Well,
If, say, for instance, the range, and this is silly, but bear with me, folks, the range in temperature could rise from 1 degree to 8 degrees over the next 100 years. They don't use the 1.
no, they'll go to the 8.
They don't go to the 4 even.
Yeah, they'll go to the 8
They
and
go
say,
to the
this is the
8.
consequences. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
when they find out that there's another factor that's figured on a 1 to 10 basis, they use the 10.
Yeah.
So when you multiply the 8 times the 10 to get a heating factor, it is based on 2 absolutely worst cases.
Yeah.
So that's a simple explanation, but there's more factors. But no matter what it is, they always use the worst one. So if you come up with an equation, it is worse times worst times worst times worst times worst. And that is what they're predicting.
They hurt themselves to do it.
They do.
Because it's like the kid that cried wolf so many times. And if there is a real problem, people are getting so tired of listening to it and all these extremist views that, well, you say, leave me alone.
Yeah, give me a break,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, let me know when the temperature goes over 200.
Yeah, just like right now, Europe, Western Europe particularly, is having a very, very strong heat wave.
108.6
Yeah, something
in Paris.
Paris yesterday.
Yeah.
But right away, it was global warming. But then if you read the Relay article, they've had these temperatures before back in the 20s and the 30s.
Spikes, yeah.
And there wasn't global warming then,
Nope.
but today it's global warming.
Yep.
It's
You're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, we've had the extremes from one side to the other.
and then if it's very cold, it's global warming. Too much rain, it's global warming. Too dry, it's global warming. Well, it can't be everything to everything.
No. However, a bigger danger than global warming to me is the pollution of the ocean. The ocean
I think
is a treasure. It feeds us. I mean, worst comes to worst, we can make fresh water out of the salt water. It's a tremendous entertainment value for boating and fishing and, I mean, you name it. And it also is a wonderful cooling device for those that live along the coast. The ocean is a terrific resource. And we dump sewerage in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just dump everything in it.
Yep.
We've done that for years. But
So, I heard something. So I said to myself, Billy, you better investigate this. I found some stuff about the stuff that we're dumping in the ocean that is unbelievable. So, I am going to read to you the 10 most popular, I shouldn't say that, they're not popular, but the 10 most common things they find in these great big pools of pollution. But I'm not going to give you number 1. You're going to have to guess that one.
okay.
Number 2, food wrappers.
Okay, makes sense.
Number 3, plastic bottle caps. Number 4, plastic beverage bottles. Number 5, beverage cans. Number 6, straws. Number 7, glass bottles. Number 8, plastic grocery bags. Number 9, metal beverage caps. Number 10, plastic foam packaging. Miscellaneous.
Styrofoam stuff.
Yeah. Number 1,
You want me to guess? Disposable diapers.
no.
No.
But we could probably go from now until time's up on the show with you guessing nonstop
Yeah, I
and
know.
not get it. Because I never.
What was it?
Cigarette butts.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. I would not have ever
filters.
thought about that. That's right. They're made out of a cellulose.
Yeah. And
I would not have guessed that.
I asked my wife, she would never have guessed it either. But she said, gee, you know, isn't that really wonderful? The people that are hooked on cigarettes are getting poisoned by the tobacco and the plastic both.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, yeah, it's just a no-win situation.
That it is.
But isn't that amazing? Cigarette butts.
And there's a lot of trash in the ocean.
Oh, and we've got to deal with it. Southeast Asia is the number 1 cause of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just, they don't try to reclaim anything.
You know, I saw that firsthand the last time, or second to last time we went to Aruba. The Aruba's got a north side and the south side. One side is the facing the ocean side, and it's huge waves crashing in. There's no development there because you can't really get in the water because it's not swimmable. It's that rough. But consequently, it's also bringing in a lot of the trash. And the beach areas where areas where the water comes in is just loaded with lines and lines of plastic trash, buckets, bottles, various things you don't even know what they are. And they could hardly keep up just keeping the trash picked up on it. Now, on the other side where the hotels and stuff are, there's nothing there because it's all on the other side of the island. But it really is a problem. It's very, very, first thing you see is where did all this junk come from?
Do you know that we have got, seems to me, to have a Marshall Plan for the oceans? We've got to take the lead. America has to take the lead. But we have got to get this crap out and recycle it.
Yeah.
Make it into plastic bricks and make walls out of it.
Well, yeah,
for
there's a
all
lot
I
of things they
care,
can
but
do
yeah.
with it. You know, you can even put it into the asphalt system and your roads and stuff can be ground up and put in there.
Exactly. But something's got to be done with it. It's got to be done soon, and we got to get rolling on this. I mean, this is a bloody shame. We worry about losing our fisheries, the cod, the haddock,
Yeah.
the scallops, although this is a bumper year for scallops, but shrimp too up here.
Yeah. Main shrimp business
yeah.
not done.
Yeah, they're cooked. The So we got to get moving on that stuff. I can't screw around. I get 4 things for President Trump I'll be having to write him about.
Okay, I'm sure he'll get right back to you.
He might.
Yeah.
Especially when I tell him I'll vote for him.
Obama never answered us. I don't know why Trump would.
No, I've been heard about that. I have another thought. Well, first of all, let me go back to something else. I got to start at the top
All right.
here. The Democrats, liberals, whiners, I don't know. But anyway, they delight in saying, oh, the tax cut was just for the rich.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. 50% of the people don't participate in the stock market. Okay.
Well, first of all,
Whose fault is that?
yeah. But that also leaves that 50% do.
That's right.
Okay. And when they say they'll use the term 50% of the people don't, well, you got children that are not going to get in there. You've got probably some retired seniors that are old and never anticipated. So it's these terms and these stats that they throw out that don't mean anything, but they sound good.
Exactly. And you know, there's, like it or not, there's the minimum wage part-time employees that are scrimping and saving. They got Social Security, but it's not a big payoff.
No.
They do own a small home, and he works as a clerk in Walmart or something and grinds out $14 an hour and gets 20 hours or 25 hours a week. Well, he needs that money just to subsist.
Right.
So he's not going to invest it in the stock market.
no.
It'd be foolhardy of him to.
They can barely make the money meet to the end of the month.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And chances are his kids are probably kicking in a few bucks every month for him, too. So the problem that I see is twofold. People, this is going to come as a shock to you folks, schools are not doing a good job preparing people for the real world.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are not taught about a checkbook, about a bank book,
Nope.
about saving money, about bonds, about stocks, about mutual funds, about the future, about the fact that, God willing, they're going to live long enough to retire and Social Security is not going to be able to carry them all the way, and they're going to have to do something. Some of the answers I've got over the years, especially talking to people that worked for me, I'll worry about that when I get to 65.
They think it's never going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always way, way in the future.
Yeah. My wife will shoot me long before that. Just idiots. And you know, I had one guy worked for me. Now this guy had some money. He was a hard worker. He worked a couple of jobs. So I said to him, hey, good news. The company has changed around the retirement program, and we'll get a 401k now. So I sat down with all the people that worked for me, and I explained it to them. Everybody. I said, here's the applications, here's the information, and tell you what, when you get to filling this stuff out, come on in my office and talk to me. I'll help you.
Yep.
This one guy said, you don't need to give it to me. I said, why not? He said, well, sonny boy. See, I was a supervisor when I was 28. He was 60. He knew it all, saw it all, and I was an idiot.
I know.
Well, sonny boy, you'll learn soon enough. There's no such thing as a free lunch. This company's not going to give you anything. There's all kinds of strings attached to this. I said, look, you have 4% taken out of your pay.
Yep.
They give you another 4%.
Yeah, they're matching it.
All right?
Yep.
So you'll get putting 8% of your pay into an investment. He said, you'll learn, sonny boy, when it disappears. I was right. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some never got over the depression.
No. Oh, this guy was just...
He was probably not
He was
old
an
enough.
angry,
yeah.
miserable old guy. And but I couldn't... And I had a couple of others, too, that... You couldn't get it through the head. Well, if I give them the money, what are they going to do with it? I said, going to hold it in an escrow account for you with a mutual fund family, probably. How do I know I'll get it back? I said, you got to have some faith in something.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. I said, okay, well, there you go.
The same with the people that don't trust banks and put their money under the mattress.
Man,
Then they lose it.
So we've got people that cannot take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I'm a pretty strong believer in, to some degree, of we are our brother's keepers.
Yep.
The 401k plans must be made mandatory. Taken care of by the employer, but they've got to be mandatory. And the people automatically, when they make out a job application and are accepted, they're going to sign up for the 401k program.
Mm-hmm.
No ifs, ands, or buts. And there's a default. If you don't do it, it's going to be taken out automatically and put in a deposit. But you got to protect people from themselves.
Yeah, 'cause if you don't today, I know this sounds like we're sitting here like a couple of socialists, but in this case, it's almost necessary or absolutely necessary because people today are going to walk into retirement with nothing.
Nothing.
And if you can't depend on that Social Security, because look at Washington today, how stupid they are, and they can't get anything done. The next year, the Social Security fund is going to reach what they call a tipping point.
2020.
Yep, and that's when they're taking more money out of it than's going into it.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily the fault of the Social Security fund itself. It's the fact that all these nincompoop legislatures that we have let people dip into that fund. Rated it. I mean, if you want some off the wall damn social program, well, dip it out of the Social Security program.
You know, folks, when you say to yourself, look at my senators and my reps down in Washington. Well, this guy, I think,
you don't want
is
to look at them too close in this state.
Well, Senator Markey, now, you know, he's been down there 40 years. He must be doing some good stuff. And Senator Warren, well, she talks a good game, and she's enthusiastic, and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something, what they did back in the reign of George H.W. Bush, who went along with it.
Yep.
Social Security used to have a trust fund, and it was enormous. And the two houses of government, along with the president, cleaned the piggy bank out and left an IOU in it. Dear citizens, I owe you every penny we took out of this piggy bank. That's why the trust fund is running out of money next year. Not running out of money. It's going to be a negative. More is going to come out than goes in. Now, there's one saving grace, a small one.
It's easy to fix, though. That's
Yes,
the
it is.
That's what's scary and they won't do it.
With the burgeoning economy, 5.7 million jobs created under the Trump administration, plus all the other jobs that have been added because of the economy, little startup companies and all, that's a ton more people paying taxes. and the taxes go into Social Security. That's what your FICA is all about.
That's right.
So, may not be as bad as it sounds 2020. It may get pushed back to 2021 or 2022. But that's
15 years down the road, it's going to be in dire straits.
That's right. Deep doo-doo. Now,
And it's so easy to fix. I mean, there's some stupid rules with it.
you know, I've got. Oh, Willard, what am I doing here? All right, I made a note about this. Well, anyway, what I would do. I got it right here in front of me. A big winner for President Trump. I'm going to call him tonight. Since Congress is gutless, propose saving Social Security and Medicaid based loosely on the Simpson-Bowles report, and an all-out offensive to clean up the ocean, and incentives to the power industry to ramp up nuclear power. So that's going to be my ideas for the president tonight. But back in the 80s or 90s, I forget which, a committee was formed known as the Simpson-Bowles Committee.
That's right.
Alan Simpson was a Republican senator from Wyoming, and Bowles was a former Secretary of the Treasury in the Carter administration,
I believe it.
maybe. He was a government guy.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of other reps or senators. There were 6 of them on the board. They come out with a report that said, look, we can save Medicaid, we can save Medicare and Social Security. Here's what we have to do. Okay? First of all,
It wasn't anything radical. It was just common sense.
First of all, Social Security is deducted from your pay only up to around, I think it's around $140,000
Yeah,
a year
it goes
now.
up every once in a while. Yeah.
But it's around that.
But
say $150,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's because it should not stop.
Exactly.
And all you hear from the Democrats today is tax the rich. Well, you're not taxing the rich. You're letting the guys that are making $1 million escape
That's right.
without paying a thing into it.
Exactly. So what you do is you raise it up to $500,000.
Or don't put any tax top
Don't
on
put
it.
any top on it. That takes care of Social Security. Also, up the age a little. All right, was 65. Most people are working to 70 now.
Lifespan has gone
Yeah.
up tremendously up.
Adjust the retirement age up. If you adjust it up to 68, that's 3 more years
That's right.
that people pay into it rather than start taking
Oh.
out of it. How hard is this, folks? How hard, really? Medicare. Up the premiums.
Yep.
Hello. Instead of 120,
Go ahead.
instead of $129 a month, $159 a month.
Even the rate that they take out for Social Security, 0.5% difference in what's withdrawn right now would make the whole fund solvent. And you wouldn't notice another 80 cents or 90 cents or
Not only
$2
that,
coming
but
out of it.
we've added so many more workers
That's right.
paying into this. I mean, it is insanity.
But
we
nobody
have
wants
not-
to step up. They're always afraid, well, what my constituents are going to say, well, I'm for bigger taxes or bigger this or more of this. We got to send some people to D.C. that,
We got one there, Trump, Donald Trump.
yeah, I mean, the legislators.
All he's just got to do is get the spark.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. All right, now, here's Dwayne. He's a Democrat. his bill, he's a Republican. All right? Now, we're both ranking members on this committee on taxation. Now, so we both know, because we go out and have a few snaps at night and talk about this, we agree totally on what needs to be done. And I say to him, Dwayne, you propose it. And Dwayne's going to say to me, yeah, right. I'm a Democrat. The first thing out of your mouth was going to be, there they go again,
Tax
the
and spend,
Democrats
tax and
raising
spend.
our taxes. And he says, you propose it. I said, okay, I'll propose it. So I propose it, a Republican, and the Democrats go berserk.
Crazy. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely out of their minds. They can't support it. No matter what I offered, they couldn't support it. And you know why, folks? Because Social Security was a Franklin Delano Roosevelt plan back in 1936, I believe it was. It was a Democratic plan. You can't touch that. You're a stinking Republican.
Yeah.
And there's the problem. He can't do it because we're going to jump at him. I can't do it because
My
they're
side
going
will
to
jump
jump
on
at
you.
me. So everybody is running scared down there. They are not going to be the first one to propose this because of fear that when we strike back, the people will agree with me. Or if I do it, the people will agree with him. They're not willing to take the risk because they are a gutless bunch of good for nothing
Yeah. Their whole primary purpose being there today is to get reelected.
and get that big fat pension
that's
and
all- that's all
enjoy
they're
the
interested in.
trappings of power.
Look, she's one of the squad,
Oh yeah.
Presley, unfortunately from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
When she was elected, they asked her about going to Washington. She says, yep, I'm going to Washington to fight Trump. Not going to Washington to try to do something, make this country better, break the log jam. I'm going to fight Trump. Wow, what the hell do we need to send you down there for that for?
Stay in Boston
Yep.
and argue with Marty Walsh. Look, this is our country we're talking about. Why isn't she going to Washington? I'm going down to make America a better place to live.
Nope.
For everybody.
Nope.
Nope. I'm going down to fight Trump. They can't even say President Trump.
No, that's...
I mean, that really makes me mad. But, you know, if only the two sides could talk to each other, but the well has been so poisoned.
Yep.
Chuck Schumer,
Oh, my God.
I hate him. I will never work with him. I'll do everything I can to stop him the night that Trump was elected.
Yep.
That is a great leader. That's a real man. That's a real American, you know?
If he'd take the collar off.
Yeah.
He's got this collar and a little leash going out, and you'll see that Pelosi's got her hand on it right there. He follows her around like a little puppy dog. Whatever she wants, he gets.
And these are our leaders. Isn't this great? Honest to God. Well, I have another idea. You ready for another one?
Well, we're in the knee deep now. We might as well get up to our waist and start to our neck.
I'm going to work on an article for our next town meeting here in Norfolk.
Okay.
I'm going to make Norfolk a sanctuary city for the elderly. No more real estate taxes, subsidized housing. If we can spend $3 million for a school roof,
Yep.
and if we can have cost overruns on our public buildings to the tune of $2 or $3 million, then we can afford to take care of the elderly. I mean, money a hell of a lot better spent.
And actually, folks, there are some places in this country that actually do watch out for the seniors.
Yeah.
There are municipalities, not in this state, but in other states, that when if they raise a local real estate tax, anybody over 70, for example, is exempt.
Yeah,
They don't get taxed on it.
We should
it's
be
the
exempt.
people that are using that tax money, the people with kids in the schools and everything else. They're the ones that want it. They're the ones that pay for it. The seniors that are living on a fixed income can hardly afford to keep staying in their house. Now they get a buy. Not only that, I came from a state that has a state lottery. Well, it's like here has.
Yeah.
Every year, the citizens of the state get a check back from the state lottery for the money they made in the state lottery. You say that to people here and they go, what? They give the money back to the people?
We're not going to do that.
Not in this state.
Massachusetts.
Oh,
we'll
no,
take
no, no.
more away.
Yeah. We're not all like this state, that's fortunately.
And there are also states that take care of their school tax separately.
Yeah, oh yeah, so
Yeah.
you see what it is.
Yeah, you
we
see
always,
what
we
it
always
is.
got two tax bills. It was
You got your regular operating one, and you get your school tax.
Yep.
It will be very simple to exempt the seniors from the school tax.
absolutely.
And that's something we need to look at doing. Because you know what, folks? Read the papers. Nursing homes are closing. The state grants support money to the elderly for nursing homes is being cut back. It's not keeping up with the costs of providing care and medicine. So what are we going to do? You know, I wrote about and spoke about the plan, the secret plan for handling the elderly. And I swear to you, it's coming faster and faster. And that is, when we get a first-class blizzard, we're going to give every elderly person a blanket and send them off into the woods. That's how we're going to handle the housing problem and the elderly care problem.
Yeah, we don't do anything for the elderly anymore.
Nope. Nor are we respected.
No, not at all.
I don't. Boy, I'll tell you what. Down with up. Whenever I hear constant complaining about President Trump's forceful manner and blunt statements and how he's poisoned civil discourse, then it's time for a history lesson, okay? Let me tell you who poisoned public discourse in this country, okay? William Jefferson Clinton did it with his, he practiced the politics of personal destruction. When he had an enemy, he sent his barking dogs out after them. James Carville, Lanny Davis, Sidney Blumenthal, Dick Morris, Terry McAuliffe were among the most vicious political operatives in history. Read up on this before you criticize President Trump, folks. He looks like a choir boy compared to the Clinton gang.
Yep.
And the things they did, the dirty tricks, unbelievable.
But today you got the media.
Yep. You got the media,
Yep.
whether you like it or not.
You're not getting the true oversight on anything.
No, you're not. And now, my friend, well, I'm going to do one more thing here. I've got to do some shopping this weekend. I'm going to spring.
Better you than me.
Yeah, well,
I hate shopping.
I enjoy it.
Oh boy.
You know what? I really enjoy going out and talking to people. My wife has actually gone down the aisle and gotten me and said, shut up and come with me.
Yeah.
Because I've stopped and I'm talking to some poor soul or some extremely attractive lady. But that's just talking to her. But anyway, I enjoy going out and meeting the folks. I said, these are my peeps, honey.
Yeah, your beeps.
Yeah, she's at it with me. But anyway, so Patrick and I tomorrow, my middle son, are going to have to go to either Lowe's or Home Depot and buy one of those rolling air conditioners.
Oh,
My
yeah. Friends of
wall
ours
air
just bought one of
conditioner
them.
are crapped out.
They just bought one at BJ's, I think, about a 12 or 14,000 unit.
BJ's, why didn't I think of that? Huh. Yeah, 12,000, 14,000.
Yeah, that,
750, 800 bucks, someplace in the ballpark. No?
no,
Less than that?
4 or 5.
Really? A name brand?
Well, they got LG. That's a name brand.
It is a name brand.
That's
yeah.
General Electric in Asia.
Yeah. Well, now maybe that's. Well, the reason I was going to go to either Lowe's or Home Depot is because both of them, folks, listen to this, both of them honor veterans
Yeah.
with a 10% discount. Okay? Now, figure it out, folks. $700,
Yeah,
that's $70.
that's right.
Now, wouldn't you rather have it in your pocket, or would you rather have it in some vendor's pocket? Think about it. But anyway, I'm going to have to do that. But I'm glad you mentioned BJ's. I'll go
Check it out.
I will.
Just an aside.
Yeah.
This week we got a flyer from Job Lot, or not Job Lot, Ocean State.
Yeah, I got
There's
flagged you.
air conditioners are
Yep.
in there. Go, if you still got the flyer, take a look at the window unit air conditioners on the back page.
Okay.
Okay? Somebody was asleep at the switch.
Hard to
On the
believe.
unit, they got an 8,000 unit for, I don't know exactly, say $350, and a 10,000 or a 12,000 unit for less money. And then you think, wait a minute, why would I buy this littler unit when the bigger one costs less? Obviously, they had switched it.
Sure.
But the air doesn't stop there. Underneath, they use a comp. See, this unit is comparable to competitors at this price. Both of the units, the comp price is lower than their sale price that they've got in the brochure. Somebody's going, oh no.
Well, you know, I've looked at them, but they're no name.
Yeah, they are.
no,
Some of them are.
Yeah, Pride of the Orient. I'm going to go buy something that's got a brand name on it.
But you're still going to buy it from the
warranty.
same place it's coming anyway.
Oh, I know it.
Still got it loaded
Still
in
going to be built in the same factory.
China anyway, yeah.
But anyway, folks, remember, if you're a veteran, don't stand there with your mouth shut.
Yeah, tell
Say,
veterans discount.
I'm a veteran, do I get a discount? You get a discount at Kohl's on Mondays, 10%, okay? So all these stores, you'll be surprised how many of them offer. Skechers, Sneakers Outlet over in the Rentham Outlet Mall, 15% discount for veterans.
But carry a, particularly if you're going to buy a bigger item at Lowe's or Home Depot, you got to show them something.
Mass driver's license.
Yep. If you haven't had the veterans logo put on the bottom of your driver's license, do so. It doesn't cost anything. Then you don't have to carry anything else. But they'll take a membership card in the VFW, American Legion.
Here's a Massachusetts driver's license. And right there in blue ink, it says veteran. Okay, and the next time you go, get your license renewed. Bring your DD-214.
Yeah, and they'll imprint
And
your
they'll
license
put
with it.
veteran right on there. And let me tell you something, folks. It's like a piggy bank,
Yep.
except it keeps on giving.
It's
All
worth
you have to do
taking
is
that
ask.
form in for the DMV if they're still going to exist
Yeah, well,
after. Some of them better be in prison by
God
now.
almighty. Prison's not good enough for them. It's got to be someplace worse. Dwayne, my man,
Yes, sir.
talk to me about the Mueller show on TV.
Oh, I sat through both of them.
Did you really?
I sat through the morning
All
session
right.
and the Intelligence Commission in the afternoon.
So,
And I got down with it. I said, what the hell did I do that for?
well, obviously you had nothing better to do.
Yeah,
but-
obviously, but there wasn't anything there. It was,
I wrote up my thoughts on it this morning or yesterday.
it was just a time for some of these pompous asses to make a statement and sit there and then,
There was a woman rep from
they're all reps.
Pennsylvania, was it? So she said to him, blah, 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 blah. He said, no. Okay, blah, blah, blah. No. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No. He said, by the way, he said, I've answered these same questions 5 times today.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I want to have my name down as asking these
That's
questions.
exactly what it is. Look at me.
My name.
Yep.
So that when I print up my brochures for re-election, I said to this guy, here's the hard-hitting kind of questions I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of stage for these people.
There are actors in Hollywood on TV that couldn't act any better than these
right.
clowns.
Oh,
And they are the cream of the crop.
it's
They are
scary. It is
representatives.
really scary.
Ed Markey. I
Oh, my
mean,
God.
I have seen more life in the embalmed over to Ross's funeral home
Yeah.
than he has.
He's never lived here. He uses his mother's house
That's right.
as his
Yeah.
home address. He's never lived here.
How about Senator Warren? Has she been in the state of Massachusetts?
No, that's
At
another
all?
point. Do we get our money back for her salary and malarkeys too?
How about Mara Healy?
Yeah.
She is nonstop going around the country testifying for this liberal cause, for that one, down Washington at a hearing, over there for this, over there for that. When the hell is she in Massachusetts doing her job?
Not.
But I bet you she probably says, oh, I was out of town, so I can't get paid for those days.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Oh, you don't have any faith in humans.
I do not.
Not that kind.
Not that kind of face, I don't.
Well, seems to me that Mueller, the Democrats, the opposition party to the party in power, were hoping and
Whoa.
praying. They had the rosary beads out. They had the worry beads out. They were looking for Mueller to reach under the table and pull out the smoking gun.
It wasn't there.
Guess what was under the table? Oh, peanuts,
Yeah.
pencil. Oh, somebody left their spectacles under there. That's what
That
was
was all
under
that was,
there.
that was all that was there.
So they now are so disappointed that Mueller sat there and told the truth. He said, my testimony is right here in the Mueller report. That's it. And he stuck to it. So now they're saying he's an old, doddering fool who has to look in his book and look back and say, yep, that's correct. That's what I said
those
in
questions.
the report.
Mr. Mueller, chapter 6, page 12, the second line, you use the word if. Like he's supposed to know everything every word
that
that's in there.
500-page
And
report.
he could go page and column and paragraph, and they say, see, he doesn't know. Well, come on. You sat there, you did your due diligence when you were writing out your questions, and you did research for days on end to find those questions. You expected him to come up with them just like that.
You see, he's a doddering old fool because he hasn't got the report memorized.
Absolutely. And then they
That's
not
it.
be able to sort it by page,
And
by
since
paragraph, by...
he couldn't give them the smoking gun,
Yep.
then they're going to belittle him and
Oh,
say
yeah.
the man's a fool and that whole report is not worth squat.
Yep, that's right. You knew that was coming.
You know, Mueller, to my mind, was deliberate, calm, disciplined, dignified, and he stuck by his guns, the report. He said his testimony was the report, and his report was his testimony. He never once deviated from that position. Because he did not produce a smoking gun, the Democrats have now vilified him as a frail, confused, unsure of himself, doddering old fool. Mueller came across as a man sure of himself, resolute, and determined to get through this 6-hour roast led by the despicable Gerald Adler. And he came through it totally intact. He succeeded. He held his head high as the hounds bayed all around him in brainless desperation.
I felt sorry for the guy a couple
I did too. But you know what? He's a Marine.
Yep.
He's a tough
He
guy.
had a lot more patience than I would have had with
Yeah.
some of them.
And he's a seasoned vet of the FBI.
Yeah.
Like his politics or not like his politics, I don't think he injected politics into one word
No,
yesterday.
I didn't either. I thought he did a very admirable
And everybody that I've spoken or read about has said, like Bob Mueller, don't like Bob Mueller. He's a pretty straight shooter.
job. Yeah. He was a
Well-
good choice for that job.
And you know what? He shot straight
Yeah.
yesterday, and because of it, he is now a doddering old fool.
Oh, yeah. They
in
did
the
portray him
eyes
as...
of the other party. Massachusetts resident cashes second $1 million scratch ticket,
Guy is luckier than I am, I'll tell you that.
opting for the $650,000 payoff rather than the 20-year payout. After taxes, he should get about $400,000. It's not $1 million, but it's better than a peanut butter
Well,
sandwich.
it sure is. But to hit that once is fantastic. To get it twice in, 3 years or something like that?
He's 63 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be a fool to take the 20-year
Of
payout.
course.
Take the cash and enjoy it.
Yep.
You know, but guess what his occupation is?
Statistician.
Statistician.
Saw that right off
Has
the
he
bat.
found a secret way to con the
That's
system?
the first thing that I thought of. But he's buying scratch tickets. It's just somebody's just pulling them off the wall.
It's like the
Now,
one-armed bandit.
If he was picking 5 or 6 numbers or something that he had some control on, then I would have been very suspicious.
Do you know, the fabulous Suzanne and I went out to dinner one night, and with a couple of the boys, Peter and Patrick. It's funny too because I always end up picking up the tab.
Yeah, I used to be my problem too when I. Dad, I didn't go to the ATM before I got
I know
here.
what. Yeah, Peter
I'll
always,
take it later.
Peter always says that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we were over there, and the boys said, "Hey, Mom, here, play a Keno." Or something along those
Okay.
lines. And she said, "What's this?" And Patrick explained it all to her. She picked 5 numbers. Played 5 games. Won, $450.
I don't know. I have never.
You know, the waitress over there, Heather, this happened over...
Was she able to cash it there, or did she have to go?
No, she cashed it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, this is a busy place.
Okay.
They pound some money through there. But Heather has been our favorite waitress, bartender. Mm-hmm. She's got twin kids and little kids. And Susie peeled off 50 and tipped her. She didn't give me 50.
Well, that's pretty generous.
Well, she likes Heather. But anyway, I have been playing scratch-off tickets since they came out. I got one for $1,000. I got one for 500,
My God,
and I got a handful for 200. That's it.
I got one for $75, and I thought I had the world by the butt. Jeepers.
Oh, God. Oh, by the way, before I talk about this, I got to lead into it. Well, I must take all these things out. We're at the end here of this bunch. So, I have said, we're very frank on our show.
That's right.
All right? But every once in a while, because we're frank, I like to back up. I like to make sure you understand a couple of things. We use the term black here a lot. I hope and pray I live long enough so that we don't call each other black any longer, or white any longer, or Hispanics any longer. We call each other Americans. By continuing this business, this hatred, this racial politics, we continue to drive the wedge deeper and deeper and deeper into the crack.
Done with purpose, though.
Yeah.
It's done on both sides,
yes, it
all
is.
sides, and it's not accidental.
It's not. So I'm going to tell you a story about a black commentator
Fine.
that was on Fox Financial this morning. It was at the end of the show that's prior to Stuart Varney. And he was asked for his final comments. They have a panel. And
Right,
she ends the show by, okay, thank you. Now for the All-Star panel, your final words. Everybody gets like 30 seconds or so to hammer something out. He said, I want to hammer, I'm going to shout this out to all black Democrat governors, senators, reps, councilmen all over the country. Look at your policies and performance. It's bad. You're failing your constituents. You're not getting the job done.
Yep, but you can't do it.
He can say that.
Yep,
We can't say that.
no. But it won't be believed.
That's right.
It will just be, it just, they'll pass it off as racial. Everything that they don't agree with either side, it's racial. Always, right away. And you got people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. They are professional racists.
Absolutely.
If there's not racism there, they will stir it up to make it racist. And why? Because they do that for a living. If all of a sudden tomorrow there was no racism, Al Sharpton would disappear.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Jackson, they'd say, who the hell's Jesse Jackson? You'd never hear from him again.
Yeah. And Jesse Jackson Jr.
And Junior, yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame because the people that are being elected, goes for white people too,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's.
are more interested in feathering their own nest
Yep.
rather than taking care of the people and doing the people's business. Now I have the death penalty.
Oh, the feds are looking to bring it back.
Yes. But before, I'm going to ask you about that, but before I do, I'm going to tell you a little story. Driver arrested. A New Jersey driver was arrested at being clocked by New Hampshire State Police aircraft at 142 miles per hour. His name was Eric Joseph. He was 51 years old. Now, I'm not convinced we need the death penalty for him, But I want to tell you something. Anybody that drives on the road at 142 miles an hour should lose his license for life.
Oh, no problem. No question at all.
No, you can appeal it after 20 years, but you're losing it for life.
And number two, I think they ought to get that speed indicator calibrated a little better, because I severely doubt 142 miles an hour.
Well, this was one of the limited edition 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawks.
I really doubt it then.
They put the big Hemi V8 in it from the pickup trucks.
I know they do, but
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know, but all I can tell you is
who clocked them?
New Hampshire State Police.
That's the same guys that clocked the guy with the Chevy, was it Nova? No, a Chevette.
Okay.
One time at 118 miles an hour.
Oh,
coming
really?
down. There had been never a Chevette in history that could go over 90.
Not with a jet tailpipe even.
No.
No. So, tell me something.
But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
That's just
Let's assume that's true.
Yeah.
He belongs in a padded cell someplace forever.
yeah.
But how about these 5 characters that the federal government is issuing execution orders for? All
Oh,
of
did
them
you see what their crimes were?
murdered, dismembered
Hideous, okay.
kids,
One.
did horrible things to
Horrible
women. Do you know, as a matter of fairness and all, I worry about the death penalty executing the wrong person. But I gotta tell you something, in cases like this where it's closed,
Yeah.
cut and dried, I don't have any
Any
problems
qualms at
with
all.
them pulling the switch at all.
No, me neither.
You know. And one last thing, and then we're going to let you folks go. Students, and I forget where this was, but it was someplace in Massachusetts, they're talking about allowing students to have absences from school for mental health days.
It was that in Oregon. It wants to
Oregon?
pass it as a law.
Oh, it's a law. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
great.
Well, they want to pass it as a law.
I heard it on the radio.
I got it right here.
Okay. Well, my friends, this has been a spirited and lovely show that we've put together.
We'll bring
for you.
that mental health issue up again
Yes, we will.
next time.
I've got it right here.
Yeah, I got the article.
And thank you all for tuning in. It was fun doing this show, and we'll have some more outrages for you next time. That's a promise.
Enjoy the rest of the summer.
Yep, and behave yourselves. Don't do anything Dwayne and I wouldn't do. And we'll see you.
At our age, we can't do much. So
Right.
bye-bye.
Good. Yeah.